Jacob, right up the middle, to the end zone for the touchdown.
Welcome back to the Football Card Quest. I'm Andy Kaysen. We've got NFL Week 7 in the books. We've got some new division leaders. We've got a potential changing of the guard, a new era in the NFL. We're going to look at the top 10 most hyped players coming out of Week 7 and the major learning lessons and takeaway, including all my eBay reactions. Let's dig in. The number one most hyped player going up right now in rookie card value after Week 7 is Kenneth Walker III. He had a monster game on the ground, ran all over the Los Angeles Chargers in this game, toting the rock 23 times for 168 yards and 2 scores. He even churned out 129 yards after contact and forced 3 missed tackles, with 5 of his runs going for 10 or more yards. Because he is a rookie and so explosive, you can see the gold standard autograph out of 99 selling in auction for $147.50. Or what about this collegiate national treasures, 1 out of 1 here, selling in a buy it now for $750.
74 yards, and Kenneth Walker may have just put it on ice.
With certified hot off the press, you can see those RPAs selling for in the triple digit range, or the Pen Pals Black Ink selling for close to 100. We even have some Leaf and base prestige cards selling for Kenneth Walker III right now. The Seattle Seahawks, led by Geno Smith, are alone at the top of the NFC West. Geno Smith was the better quarterback in this game. Geno Smith went 7 of 11 for 118 yards and 2 scores on passes, throwing 10 or more yards downfield, and he added 3 more big-time throws to his season total. 2 nice touchdowns went to Marquise Goodwin. We got to check on the injury status of DK Metcalf tomorrow night, but Geno Smith's still doing his thing. His 2013 rookie product still selling very well, but still very cheap comparing the scarcity, like this Select RPA Gold numbered out of 10 selling in a buy it now for $90. Or a Topps Chrome Refractor selling for $8. But the prices are going up, as you can see in this buy it now transaction of his Prism PSA 10 autograph card here, going for $250 just this Monday morning. Compare that to the raw card on October 15th that closed an auction for just $46. Or going back to October 1st, where that card closed for $14.50 in auction. Real quick reminder, if you're new here, welcome to the Football Card Quest. My name is Andy. If you want to unlock the entire football card experience, including weekly eBay auction sniper articles, keep them, graded football card prices, trend tracking web app, monthly giveaways, Discord access, and more, check it out over at patreon.com/footballcards or in the description below. Now back to the action. Number 2 most hyped player right now, Joe Burrow. He put together his most prolific performance of the season, going 34-42 for 482 yards and 3 scores, an absolute masterclass of a performance. He racked up 3 big-time throws and no turnover-worthy plays as well. Arguably, the biggest difference between Burrow now and early in the season is a clean pocket. He was pressured on only 9 of his 45 dropbacks, and his card values are starting to go back up from where they were at in the Super Bowl of last year. You can see the 2020 Prism Black PSA 10 selling for $170 in auction, or the base Prism PSA 10 closing for $183. You will find eBay sold items of Joe Burrow in the thousands in the past 24 hours, running the gambit from anything from Mosaic to Select to Score to Contenders college uniform cards, Luminance, Phoenix, Playoff, Field Level Silver PSA 10, BGS 9 Orange Laser for $100, Dual Patch Non-Auto National Treasures numbered out of 50 for $180, very similar card from the same set and insert sold on September 17th for $159.50 or $135.50 on September 28th. He stumbled the first 2 games, but now he is on top of his game and they are on fire. Which leads to our number 3 most hyped NFL player right now, and that is Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow's right-hand man, going 8 for 130 yards, 2 touchdowns at 16.2 yards per reception. Chase just so explosive and athletic down the sidelines. That's 36 PPR fantasy points. If you wanted to win the Millie Maker yesterday, you had to have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase on your roster. The Prism Silver PSA 10 for Jamar Chase closed in auction for $200. Someone purchased a 21 of 99 National Treasures RPA Jamar Chase on-card auto in a buy it now. Best offer accepted for $2,500. And you will find sold items for Jamar Chase in the thousands. There is a lot of 2021 product, and you will find a variety of different cards from the 54 different sets out. Concourse Silver Prism closing for $10. Optic Pinks closing for $11.50. And there is a tremendous amount of supply for 2021 Optic and Select and Prism right now in the marketplace. So it's going to be hard to drive the values of these more common cards up. You're going to see a tremendous amount of volume, but you're not going to see that explosion in resale value on these more common cards until the supply is exhausted at these current price levels. And that may take until the playoffs or sometime next year, just based on the quantity of sheer supply of 2021 product right now. Number 4 most hyped player, Patrick Mahomes from the Kansas City Chiefs. They got off to a slow start in San Francisco, with San Francisco rolling out their new toy and Christian McCaffrey. But Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs ran amok down the stretch against the 49ers, with Mahomes finishing week 7 with 423 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. And you can see the select premier level silver raw Patrick Mahomes authenticity guarantee closing for $615 in auction last night. That's the difference in the Mahomes resume and the 2017 supply compared to the 2020 supply. You will find sales for Mahomes ranging anything from unlicensed Sage hit cards for around $10 to base paper Panini base card. It doesn't get any more base than this Panini right here, closing for $127.51, PSA 9 grade, or the Leaf college uniform. PSA 10 though, closing for $53. Raw press proof rated rookies selling for about $150, $175. The Prestige college uniform, PSA 8. It does have a little Chiefs logo there and a rookie card shield. So this card closed for $45. It's so impressive. Goes to show you how much hype Patrick Mahomes has in the hobby. Offensive spotlight. Juju Smith-Schuster's going up after yesterday as he caught all 7 of his targets for 124 receiving yards, 1 touchdown, and 5 first downs. He caught both of his contested targets. He recorded 4 plays of 15 or more yards and generated a perfect 158.3 passer rating from Patrick Mahomes. You could see the Silver Prism rookie ticket auto here closing auction last night for $44. The base Donruss, the Optic Hollows. For comparison to the Patrick Mahomes, here's the Juju Smith-Schuster base Panini with a rainbow foil, more like a Silver Prism finish, selling for $3. At these prices for Juju, there's definitely room for his prices to continue to climb quite a bit. Panini certified auto out of 149 selling for $35. Or the famous 2017 base Prism silver out of the box for rookies selling for $8 with free shipping from Coach's Cards. Rookie spotlight in this game is Isaiah Pacheco getting a start for the Kansas City Chiefs because he is better in pass protection, and that 49ers defensive front is very stingy, led by Joey Bosa. Pacheco ran the ball 8 times for 43 yards, with 21 of those yards coming after contact, including a nice kickoff return that he had where he showed some incredible explosiveness and speed down the sideline. And you could see the Pacheco rookie cards are very rare because he does not have the draft capital and therefore has very few rookie cards. Basically the main one with anything Chiefs on it is from Donruss Elite, and most of them are serial numbered. This one's the red Aspirations out of 90, selling for $100 yesterday in a buy it now format. So comparatively speaking to other first, second, third round rookies from 2022 or the Donruss Elite from other draft classes, these are going way, way more than you'll see those go for. But that's due to the scarce supply. I mean, even the Panini Instance, where they have that typed print run on the back of that, this play here against the Cardinals selling for $25, $30. Sometimes even $77 in auction back on October 17th. So I want to hear from you guys. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Would you rather have a Panini Instant with a tight print run on it, or the Donruss Elite of Pacheco in his practice uniform? Which one would you rather have? Say same price. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, back to the action. Our number 5 most hyped player out of week 7 is running back Josh Jacobs, because he dashed for a season high 7 explosive runs to spearhead the Raiders' ground attack and win over the Houston Texans. He rumbled for 11 first downs, 7.2 yards per carry, and a season best 3 touchdowns for his second multi-touchdown performance in 3 weeks. Josh Jacobs is absolutely on fire with a bell cow roll for the Raiders. And you can see his 2019 Silver Prism rookie ticket auto PSA 9 closing in a buy it now for $75, or his flawless autograph on-card auto silver out of 20 here closing for $200 in a buy it now. The Josh Jacobs buy it now solds are getting pretty serious. I'm starting to see a pretty heavy increase in the sold volume, which is going to lead to a price increase here on Josh Jacobs. He has some really nice cards from 2019. Even this quad patch absolute with the autograph on it. The key kind of common denominator there between that XR and the absolute, because those are lesser desirable sets, is the on-card autograph. And then you have a beautiful card like this Select Phenomenon. Really sick card in this patch, but you can see these buy it now transactions going for several $100s on these nicer cards from these more premium sets like National Treasures, Immaculate, Flawless. And the Raiders get back on track with a big win here, much needed win. Rushing and running back scores and yardage is up. Passing touchdowns and passing scores are down across the league. Running back performances are up, including Damien Pierce of the Houston Texans continuing to power his way to 7 first downs and 61 yards after contact. He finished the matchup with an 84 PFF rushing grade on 20 total carries. This guy is also on fire on the other side, spearheading the offensive attack for his team. You can see the Pen Pals, which is a very popular card right now for 2022 rookies. This one with the blue ink selling for $50 in a buy it now. Also, his Gators uniform cards from National Treasures and Immaculate are very popular right now as well. You can see the NT here, numbered out of 99, closing for $41 in auction last night, even though it's got a big plain blue napkin patch in it, not from any specific game or event. You'll find a lot of sold transactions for his score product, his legacy, elements, gold standard, and even rare autograph leaf stuff, because Damien Pierce is quite hyped up and popular right now. All right, next up we've got the number 7 and 8 most hyped players coming out of week 7, because every single New York Giants game has been a one-score affair this season, but the win column doesn't care about style points. The Giants are now 6-1 after stifling the Jacksonville Jaguars' final drive, just a yard short of the end zone to come away with the win. Daniel Jones continues to be a legitimate weapon with his legs in this game primarily. He toted the rock 11 times on the day and had his first career 100-yard gain with 107 rushing yards. Saquon Barkley did his thing again, as he is the focal point. They love to run the ball. They're doing a good job of it there in New York. Saquon went for 110 yards too, and New York did a number on what was a top 5 graded run defense through 6 weeks. You can see someone bought a Daniel Jones 1-of-1 laundry tag here from Flawless for $2,500 in a buy it now. Or what about the Saquon Barkley downtown laser optic PSA 9 selling for $350 in a buy it now? And we're seeing new highs on the Daniel Jones more base cards, including a Panini 1 RPA at a 49 for $150, or the Prism PSA 10 now selling for $60 in a buy it now this morning, compared to ending in an auction yesterday for $51, buy it now yesterday for $47.99. Auction on Saturday ending for $31, which was the previous trend and average for his base Prism PSA 10. Now a new high of $60. That's an increase of 100%. You can see the popularity here of the field level base and the field level silver for Saquon Barkley, both up over 20% in the past 30 days. The field level silver for Daniel Jones up 36%, and his rookie ticket auto up almost 32%. His base optic up almost 30%. All right, post week 7, our number 9 most hyped player is Austin Eckler. Even though the Chargers lost that game against the Seahawks, Austin Eckler continues just to be absolutely amazing, being the fact that he is an undersized guy. He's an undrafted free agent from 2017, but the guy is just incredible. He's currently the RB1 overall in fantasy football. He leads all running backs in receptions, second in receiving yards. He leads the NFL in running back touchdowns. He's 4th most breakaway runs in the NFL. He went 9 for 31 and 1 touchdown on the ground in this game, plus 12 receptions for 96 yards and a touchdown through the air. He put up a total almost 37 PPR fantasy points. He was another guy that was a must-have on your Millie Maker lineup yesterday. Even at his higher price tag, he delivers week in and week out. And because he was undrafted out of 2017, he has very few rookie cards, only about 25 different rookie cards. So you can see his select tie-dye out of 25 selling for $140, or this nice little lot. And I want to shout out to our guy James88 because this is his eBay store. Couple veteran national treasures Ecklers here and a rookie ticket auto. He sold for $125 in a buy it now yesterday. Post week 7, our number 10 most hyped player is Jalen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins, because the Miami Dolphins got back on track, man. They got Tua back last night. They were playing in Miami. They got a 16-10 victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday Night Football. They came out guns blazing, utilizing the speed, the motion, the run pass option, the play action on their opening drives to help put up 13 first quarter points. Tua's got this incredible chemistry with Jalen Waddle, always finds him in the open field. Mike McDaniel's squad averaged 9 yards per play on their first 15 plays of the game. Things weren't so hot from that point in the second half, as they averaged only 5.2 yards per play after, with Tua tossing 4 turnover-worthy plays in the second half. But luckily for Miami, the Steelers couldn't capitalize. The Steelers secondary dropped 4 interceptions, which is most by any defense in a single game this season. So you can see the sold auction here from Jalen Waddle's 2021 National Treasures rookie auto, 18 out of 25, almost $250 in auction last night. And once again, because of the incredibly high supply for 2021 product right now on eBay, you're going to see cards like a Prism Silver PSA 9 still sell for only around $30, or a card like this Optic Elite out of 25 PSA 10 sell for $300 in auction. But there's going to be a tremendous amount of volume from Prism Black to Optic to select patch autos. Donruss Elite Turn of the Century. This one's very nice. Black cracked ice here. A cool looking select RPA, but it's horizontally formatted. Not necessarily color matched to the Dolphins for $130. Prism Silver Rookie Ticket Auto PSA 8 for $56. Person probably should have cracked that thing out, could have got more money, because look at the raw base optic selling for $55. News break, couple big news releases since I started recording this video this morning, and one is Frank Reich has had enough. Matt Ryan is benched permanently for the rest of the season. Apparently, Bam Sam Ehlinger is starting for the rest of the season. Who is Sam? Well, he's 24 years old. He's actually only in his second year, 6th-round draft capital, so the cards are going to be pretty rare, so anything autographed is a go for him. 6'1", 222. 489 on his pro day, so not super fast, but he does have explosiveness. 87th percentile explosiveness based on his 3-cone and his jump score. In the preseason, Sam Ehlinger completed 5 of 7 passes for 65 yards, adding a 45-yard touchdown run as the Colts defeated Tampa Bay 27-10 in their preseason finale. Before that in the preseason, he did sprain his ACL in the preseason, but before that, he completed 8 of 13 passes for 70 yards and 2 interceptions, the Colts' second preseason game against the Vikings. But The Athletic reported that he had people inside the Colts organization buzzing. The guy's got a strong arm. So this is exciting, man. We've seen him make some big plays. I'm seeing his card transactions fly off the shelves right now on eBay. And I think if you're buying, it may already be too late. Obviously, like, do your homework, do your due diligence. Don't buy too much higher than what you're already seeing the solds go at, because chances are those could be newly listed cards that are already being sold at that higher price point. And we'll see. They get the Commanders this upcoming week. Steve and I are going to chop that up, but we know the Commanders secondary is actually much weaker than what Aaron Rodgers and his receivers just made them look. So the other news story, PJ Walker has earned his start next weekend for the Carolina Panthers. Not buying in there. I'm not buying this. I think if anything, it was just Tampa Bay playing bad again. More concerned about them. And it is what we suspected. Breece Hall torn ACL. Stay tuned here. I'm going to go into all that. Now back to what I already recorded. Honorable mentions. I would say Eno Benjamin is an honorable mention from the Arizona Cardinals, as they absolutely destroyed the Saints 42-34 from Thursday Night Football. Was nice to see a bunch of high scoring in that Thursday Night Football game. You could also tell that it really benefited Kyler Murray to have DeAndre Hopkins back, so there's an interesting correlation there. Still think they'd be a lot better off without Cliff Kingsbury. Chris Olave on the other side had another strong showing, and you've got an offense that's devoid of wide receiver talent or just always injured, like Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry. Now Traquan Smith looks to be injured. Chris Olave had another strong showing. Excellent rookie season so far. He finished with 7 catches, 106 yards. He currently has an 80 PFF grade on the season, second highest amongst all offensive rookies. So definitely want to keep him in mind as we're coming down the stretch here. We're entering this period where you've got NBA going, MLB playoffs, all this stuff. And it's a perfect time to just capitalize on really good rookies and players, but maybe on a losing team, a team that's down and out like the New Orleans Saints right now. Now, you heard me talking about a potential changing of the guard in the beginning of the video. What I'm talking about is Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady being on their way out, on their decline. Their teams are seriously struggling. The offenses are struggling to click. The worst thing is when you see Tom Brady almost get off to a good start, but Mike Evans dropped a deep 50-yard, easy touchdown, wide open, easy touchdown, and Mike Evans dropped it, and you never see that. So it's just like, man, it's just really not syncing up for Brady right now. We got destroyed by the Carolina Panthers, man. They got a few sacks on Brady. PJ Walker, of course, got DJ Moore involved. Who else, man? DJ Moore is fantastic. You know, it's like Deonta Foreman, break off some big runs. Even though the Bucs have one of the better run defenses in the league, Deonta Foreman, Chuba Hubbard cut it up. And PJ Walker took advantage through the air with Terrace Marshall, DJ Moore. It was like we're a bunch of chumps out there. So I'm really concerned about the outlook for Tom Brady the rest of the season. I can't envision us beating any playoff caliber team right now. And I think the same thing could be said for the Green Bay Packers. Getting beat by the Washington Commanders led by Taylor Heineke in Washington. There were more drops by the Green Bay wide receivers in this game. He's got no more Randall Cobb. He leaned heavily on Aaron Jones. A.J. Dillon once again played terribly. It's been a very disappointing season for him so far. I think you've got to be very concerned with the Green Bay Packers. They're going in next week to play the Buffalo Bills. Not a great outlook. My expectations are going to be pretty low for both the Packers and the Bucs moving forward. And these are two Hall of Fame GOAT quarterbacks that we're talking about here that are trending down and out. But there's a lot of new players stepping up. You also had a massive knee injury to Breece Hall, which was, you hate to see it, man. You hate to see that, but it happens, man. It happens. He took a weird hit. The good thing is he had emerged, man. He had broken out. He had seized that bell cow role. He was getting all the rushing and receiving work, and he was balling out with it. We saw the 150% increase in his card value. So if you got them at this point, you've got to hold, man. You got to hold those. Potentially look at buying some more as his market cools off. I would say December time frame is going to be an ideal time. He's going to be hyped up again next year as a rookie. Keep in mind, by the next year, the card availability, the card supply for him is going to be a lot higher. So if you're targeting his cards in December to capitalize on the hype for him next year, stick with the more rare cards. Stick with the XRCs, stick with some of the nicer autograph stuff, and be patient. Stalk those in auctions. Get those at a good deal. Don't feel pressured at all to do any buy it now. But this also brings your average per card price down. So it makes sense for a more long-term play, right? It's not going to be a quick flip. although we could see his hype spike in the draft time period next April. That's always a good time period for football cards. And then again, when he comes back to the field in September of next year. But in the meantime, this is a good time to get out in front of Michael Carter. Michael Carter was also very good. You know, he led a backfield in college with Javonte Williams. And Michael Carter is explosive. He's shifty. He's a very good receiver. He's going to now be more or less a bell cow role for the Jets. And I expect him to put up some pretty good performances. He could have some very interesting upside in the card market coming down the stretch here. The Jets look like a team that could potentially grab a wild card spot right now with the way they're trending. You also finally got to see some more of a ceiling from Travis Etienne. So I got to pat myself on the back a little bit. I wrote up Travis Etienne last week in our Auction Sniper article. I hope you guys took advantage. I do think that the Jags are probably going to finish about a 500 record. They're still, you know, they're still syncing up, but there's a lot of promise with that team there. Travis Etienne being very young. Essentially, this is his rookie season. So there's still a ton of supply because he's a 2021 rookie. But, you know, he is taking over more of that bell cow role, and he's got those big breakaway performances in him. And like I said, rushing performances, rushing scoring is up in the NFL. And it's just one of those cyclical trends. We're seeing all-time low in passing, touchdown, scoring, going back all the way to 2009. It's a combination of things. Like I said, it's a changing of guards between the old GOATs not performing well, not syncing up with their offenses, not putting up the points that they're used to. And also you have defenses that are now scheming more towards the pass because the NFL has gone up in passing scoring year over year. So defenses have been planning accordingly for that. Plus you've had offensive line injuries across the league, and some of these younger quarterbacks have not lived up to expectations at all. Like massive injury to Trey Lance, Mac Jones being injured, Zach Wilson got injured in the preseason, now coming back, but also not really doing anything super special. And Joe Burrow came out, started out a season a little stumbling, and Justin Herbert really hasn't thrown deep. And now we look like we got a potential injury to Mike Williams. So I'm looking for the Chargers to actually maybe acquire a wide receiver here before the trade deadline. Don't forget, you've got Elijah Moore, you've got DJ Moore potentially on the trade block. Maybe the reason why they tried to feed him so much yesterday, obviously he's the only receiver left, but that was a good showcase of his skills, and I still think the Panthers are trying to set themselves up now in a full rebuild mode after trading Christian McCaffrey for next year. So don't be surprised if DJ Moore is traded this week or Elijah Moore's traded. Now we have potential Brandon Cooks trade rumors swirling as well. All three of those guys, very good wide receivers that could see a nice spike in their values, just like Christian McCaffrey did when he was traded to that big market team, the big upgrade, now with the playoff potential and the whole 9 yards. But like I said, we only got to see, 8 carries from Christian McCaffrey, decent performance. His market's going to cool off a little bit this week until he actually now goes out and exceeds the expectations. The expectations are pretty high after he was traded. If you saw what the card values of his cards did, I mean, they shot up over 100% overnight from that news. So that's more news. Steve and I are going to dig into all the injuries and the best pickups to make this week, heading into week 8 and looking at the rest of the season. So stay tuned. See you guys there. Peace.